The reason why, I guess we can talk about why I was kind of interested in doing this to begin with. And that was because I don't really speak out as much. You know, I don't really talk as much. I try not to stay off of the internet. Because of that, I think people don't really have an idea of where I'm coming from or, you know, what I do. I might be this mystery to people, and they might associate me with being a bad person as well because they don't know me or being cocky or, you know, and I think, you know, also people don't know my like overall goal or approach towards dancing. I'm hoping that we can do this interview for that, you know, to try to get some clarity out there and people can kind of see where I want my dance as well as like what I see for the future of the dance culture.
Please come back, come back.
Where do you want to take your dance?
So the way I see dancing is as an art form, you know. I don't think of it as like a series of moves. I don't go and create sets and a lot of times I don't really choose the music, even for judge solos and stuff like that. I look forward to challenge. And what I try to do is I try to put myself in kind of like this zone, you know, and really focus on how I want to show this music with movement. And I guess like my ultimate goal is to be able to show the music at a very, very high quality with movement and technique and things like this. I want to be the best that I can be, and I've also learned that being the best that you can be also means you don't have any limits. There's no limitations, you know. With that, like, I'm finding myself learning more and more new things every day about this.
Oh, slimboogie, US live. Last round.
one of the things that stands out to me most about your dance is how consistently patient you are.
So yeah, I mean, if we go through the older footage, like from like 2006 or 7 or something, it wasn't always like pacing myself and stuff like that. I think I started doing that later on because I started realizing that when you jump into something without any control or any like consciousness, you just kind of lose yourself in that same momentum. And when I dance, I want to feel every part of the music, not just one beat, you know. And the way I try to do that is by like being really patient and trying to take my time and feel different areas and really fill out the atmosphere and get the energy from people as well, because I think that's like a really big important factor with dance, is that the people that's watching you, they also give you some type of energy, you know. And so I try to, you know, also give them that same energy with the patience and stuff like that. Pacing myself is my way of trying not to lose control, you know. It's my way of trying not to go super crazy and kind of build into it. It's like a movie, you know. When you watch a movie, you don't see the movie from like the freaking crazy stuff till like the really calm stuff. You see it from like the calm all the way up until the crazy. So I try to think of dance just like that. It's an expression. So I want to express myself and bring people into my world, you know, what I feel with this song.
Don Philly se queda visca. Lo que te estás haciendo yo ni sé primero. Ese novio tuyo es medio culero. Lo vendo por New York con un par de cuero. Y pile cuento pa' todos tus cabrones se le quiero. Yo tengo agricultores como Piculín. Los ojos como el Chapulín. Se me olvidó beberme la Ritalin. Pero no soy 02, la ahora libre. Creepy, cantando en el
no corre por la nave, confío nave, porque aquí no se sabe,
Ay, ay, ay.
La fibra yo la compro y llegan por FedEx. Tractor y 10 paquetes en Excel y el Plex. El celular traqueo con el GPS. El chip se lo cura o algo voy tu ex. Un guiguero chino que fuma de regular. Si te ticas de esa camioneta por ahí que los puntos legales. Para la movie que
Como el ende quieren. Creepy. Toda la baby quieren.
In the back, getting booked up the party. Slimboogie. This is in the back. Bitches in the back, getting booked up the party.
super interesting to me because it's very much something I struggle with, and when I think about it, part of what I struggle with it is it's a lot of energy coming at you, and to kind of ground that energy and stay patient, I find to be really, and especially I think when you do start slow, the energy goes up.
Yeah.
Because people start settling down and actually looking, and now it's almost like their partial attention is on you, and now it's like their full attention is on you. So how do you, what's your relationship like with that? Like that, all that energy?
Yeah, I think for me, what I learned is when you get flown out, they're like excited to see you. So on top of like, the overall appreciation of them being excited to see me, there's also that expectation to be like 100% of what they expect of you, And I want to say, that I think is a hard thing for a lot of dancers traveling overseas and having to impress, them, because if you want to keep getting flown out, you got to keep impressing no matter what. And for a while, that kind of like was in my mind. That was a really difficult thing for me to kind of get over. And then I started realizing something about myself around that time is, what I'm trying to do for people, I start not being myself. And I had to learn that being myself is what is going to help me to grow. I can't grow if I want to impress everyone else, because then I'm just doing things that people want to see me do.
Sur le bâtiment. C'est compliqué. La réponse c'est Boogie.
At the end of the day, it's kind of like, how far do you want to take it? Are you gonna let yourself, deny your blessings? Pretty much, that's why faith is such an important thing. You gotta believe that what you're doing is what you want to do. It's right. I think that's what happens with people. They start to question certain things, if this is the right way or if this is the wrong way. But I never questioned it. There was no doubt in my mind. And in between that, there was a whole bunch of stuff that was like trying to coming the way. Hey, you're 21 years old. You can't start dancing. Oh, you're this old. Like, what are you gonna do with that? The age thing. Oh, you should go to college. And that's that way you have this. And there's a lot of things that people would say, but I would always be like, oh, well, if you think I don't do it, then just watch. What I see mostly with like people that are learning dance or trying to do anything with their life is the stress that they can't do it, or that it's not possible because people think or give you this like the right direction to go. It's kind of like in America, the right thing to do is to graduate from high school, find a girlfriend, go to college, get a job, marry her, get a house, get a car, and then get your dog, and then have some kids. And that's like the American kind of like lifestyle. And if you do anything opposite from that, it's kind of like far-fetched or weird, or it's impossible. And I mean, not just that. I mean, I think society is kind of making it impossible the way things are formatted for you to have a successful life. And that's where my faith kind of comes in. Is I'm like, I don't have to do this to be happy. This isn't what makes me happy. I think Jim Carrey, there was a movie that he did recently. He said, what did he say? He said, why do something that you hate to do when you can also fail?
Oh, I know it. I know this thing. So
something
Jim Carrey's dad was like really, I believe, was really funny and had his own dream of being a comedian, but instead he became an accountant or something like that, and then he completely failed at it. I can't remember the circuit, like he either divorced or went bankrupt or something like that, and it was this signal to Jim Carrey that's like, oh my God, you can fail at the backup plan. So if you can fail at the backup plan, at least maybe give it a shot at trying the thing you actually love.
Enjoy life, and if you have a passion or something you really want to do, then just go for it, and don't let people tell you can't do it, and just say screw the negativity. If you really want something so much, you'll go for it 100%, like not half, not 20%, but like 100%. From my arms.
Good time to do a little demonstration.
You
want to give it a shot?
See what the camera does.
Let's